Historic floods slam Arizona. For death confirmed and several people missing. Globe, a small mining city, was submerged under torrents of water and thousands of propane tanks swept downstream. On September 27th, state authorities confirmed the scale of the disaster. The rains began on the night of September 26th. Arizona, known for its arid desert climate, saw historic precipitation in just a few hours. Streets, avenues, and highways turned into rivers loaded with mud and debris. The city of Globe was the epicenter. With just over 7,000 residents, it went underwater in a matter of minutes. Homes, businesses, and historic buildings were hit. The force of the current swept away cars and fuel containers. But the worst was yet to come. More than 1,000 propane tanks stored at a facility were released by the current. Many ended up overturned in the streets, some leaking. Hazardous materials teams worked around the clock to prevent explosions. The Gila County Emergency Director confirmed 3 deaths in Globe. Another victim was found in Scottsdale, trapped beneath a pedestrian bridge. He was a 38-year-old man, reported missing the night before. The numbers kept rising. Governor Katie Hobbs declared a state of emergency in Gila County. She activated the National Guard, requested federal support, and urged residents to shelter in place. In Globe's historic downtown, structures were severely damaged. Some century-old buildings showed cracks and risk of collapse. State engineers assessed bridges and roads eroded by the floodwaters. The community came to a standstill. Witnesses recorded streets covered in mud, cars piled under bridges, and homes left in ruins. Videos circulated on social media showing the scale of the disaster. However, conditions worsened even more. In just 25 minutes, Globe received the equivalent of a full month of rain. Phoenix recorded 1.64 inches in one night, the highest in 7 years. Rescue teams deployed helicopters, drones, and search dogs. Operations followed a grid to locate victims. Authorities asked volunteers not to interfere, since their presence could confuse the canine units. Infrastructure suffered severe damage. Traffic lights failed. Several roads collapsed. Bridges were left weakened. Globe was declared unsafe until further notice. Meanwhile, temporary shelters were set up in local schools. The Red Cross received displaced families. Emergency hotlines were overwhelmed with calls from people searching for missing relatives. But the worst was yet to come. The National Weather Service warned of additional storms over Phoenix and Scottsdale. Another inch of rain could worsen the crisis. Rescue operations continued non-stop. Every overturned car, could conceal victims. Every flooded home was checked. The priority was to save lives before new storms arrived. Globe's mayor warned about the risk posed by the propane tanks. One spark could turn everything into a bomb, he said. The chemical hazard became as serious as the flooding itself. The numbers kept rising. Property damage exceeded initial estimates. Businesses were destroyed. Roads were blocked by tons of mud. Power outages hit several neighborhoods. From Washington, the federal government announced it was ready to help. Coordination with FEMA was in place. Specialized teams traveled to Arizona to support the emergency response. On Sunday, the rain did not let up. Globe remained on alert. Scottsdale and Phoenix faced the risk of new flash floods. The desert turned into a turbid, overflowing sea. The numbers kept rising. Structural damage was described as historic. Globe's cultural heritage downtown was scarred by cracks, collapses, and debris. Rescuers kept removing propane tanks from the streets. Each operation had to be carried out with extreme caution. The priority was to prevent leaks and control the chemical threat. But the worst was yet to come. Meteorologists warned that Arizona's rainy season was still active. This event could repeat in the coming weeks. Authorities urged calm. They advised residents not to return to affected areas. Investigations into victims and damage would continue for days. In Scottsdale, the tragedy also hit hard. The discovery of a body beneath a bridge underscored that the threat was not limited to Globe. The entire region was at risk.